Hi Capricorns, Power and Light Tarot coming at you with the reading. Today we have another great reading. I hope you guys are all well. And Capricorn, this is a general reading, so please take what fits and leave the remainder out. If you would like your own reading, which is always recommended all the time, 800% of the time, right? I'll talk a little bit about that later. Let's see what we have though, Capricorn. Yeah, and we have Spirit of Earth for you, and the medicine bag, and the wounded healer. All right, so there's Chiron, right? The wounded healer. That's what they call Chiron, a little asteroid that represents healing, but also a reflection and sensitivities or vulnerabilities in the body. Yeah, here's the wounded healer. So let's see what the Spirit of Earth has to say. Let's see what they say. Prosperity is blossoming in all areas of your life. Very cool. This is abundance. You are strong and grounded. Who you are is enough, just as you are. Connect more fully with nature. The Spirit of Earth asks that you tend to your health. Okay, maybe you need to kind of tend to your health here, Capricorn, but this can be somebody else who's close to you. Could be. We are in Virgo season, and Virgo does ask you to pay attention to your health. Yes, it does. It represents the sixth house of work, health, in daily life. So to Virgo, it's very important. Virgo can be about healing, and same thing with Pisces, right? And they are on the health axis on the zodiacal wheel, right? For horoscopes and astrology. Yeah, they are. So yeah, somebody needs to pay attention to their health. And let's look at medicine bag here. Yeah. Gather your resources, be discerning. Vast inner power is growing in your life. Step back and let it grow. There are times to shine brightly for all to see, and then there are also times to choose carefully who sees your true self. Choose wisely. Do not make hasty decisions. If it doesn't feel right, hold back. You're protected from any less than positive outside influences. Your capacity and potential are growing in leaps and bounds. This talks about growing and growing your power as well, and protecting a seedling, right? And we're coming into a seedling, right? We are coming into the Virgo new moon, which is a seedling, which is planting a seed, something new, the start of it, or the idea. It can be the start of anything, the start of a relationship even. Protect your growing power. Yeah, somebody here they realized that their health, probably mental health or psychological, emotional health, was being bothered by a situation. Wow. This talks about seeing your true self and what you really need. The wounded healer is here, so that's a good thing. And invite him in, right? Yeah. Although I'm not sick. No, I'm not. In fact, yeah. I finally got over something after I used natural remedy. Yes, I did. Not what they tried to give me. Yeah. So energy, healing energy, vitality, and life force energy are flowing through you and to you. You're a healer and you provide healing for others, even if you're not conscious of it. Whatever needs healing in your life is being resolved. All right. So let's see what else we have. And today we are using these vampire cards. Yeah, don't be a vampire, Capricorn. We have nobility, and this is honor, high standards, and idealistic. Okay, very interesting with idealistic. That's very Piscean energy, where, anything can really kind of happen, and I really want that, and I have high ideals for that. Things like that. Honor, yeah, see, high standards. Somebody is like really respecting you here, putting you on a pedestal, right? And the wolves are there. Interesting about the wolves, because they talk about mating for life. Yeah, and I was listening to a professor, that I'm taking a class. I was listening to him talk about that they did a big study on the wolves in Yosemite, and the Yosemite Park here in California, and it says when they take the wolves out, something, I guess they tried to take them out because maybe they were remove them from the park because the wolves like eat other animals and they do go after animals, but and I suppose people, right? But when they took them out, it really harmed something up there that has to do with the ecosystem that is really important. So, we have to take care of our animals and the earth. Yeah, we really do. Interesting, for sure. And let's see, I wish I knew what happened, right? I can't recall what he said. The hunter, aggressor, tracker, and provider. Okay, it doesn't always have to be an aggressor, but it's somebody who is being very assertive. They want to provide something. Maybe somebody is kind of watching you. We're not sure. Let's look at the hunter card in that deck and let's see what they have to say about it. And she has numbered those. That's a great thing. And the vampires speak. There's a belief that in order to have what it is we feel we need or what we want or desire or are told we must have, we must track it, hunt it, and sometimes kill it. OMG. For the hunter does not simply follow it and sometimes does not simply follow and make a friend of the creature it wishes to have. It must kill in order to be satisfied. There's a part of you that feels this falsehood, that in order to become something, there must be a death of which you will be the cause. This has to do with the psychological here, where somebody, maybe they don't like a part of their personality. Let's see. There is competition and need, and that you can only have what you long for if someone else can no longer have it. And we have come to you to say that even we, who are the unnatural world's greatest hunters, need not kill. There's always a way to find what we need without taking it from another. Okay, I'm not really sure what that card is about in this reading, right? There is within you now an urge to win in a competition where you feel there may only be one survivor, but there are other ways through to the goal you desire. You can find what it is you need deep within, and there is also truth in the word hunter. For you to live each day, something must die. Yeah, I'm going to end it right there, but something always, like Joni Mitchell sings in that song, I think it's Turn, 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 I forget the name of it, of her song, but she says, in every day of living, there's something lost and there's something gained, and that's true. Every day you live, you lost another day of your life, but you've gained some wisdom, or you gained something. Yeah. And we'll get one more card. And let's see. We have the last day in the light. Unexpected endings, surprise changes, and sudden shifts. So something shifts here big time, right at the time of the eclipse. Something shifts at the eclipse season. Something changes. I feel like something ends here with that hunter card. Yeah. Wow. So let's get into it, Capricorn. If you want to get a psychic reading with me, I always check for accuracies. Same thing with the tarot. If you don't trust somebody, you don't know them, you just met them, whatever it is, and you're questioning something, especially if you're questioning somebody or questioning something about your own life, right? Yeah, I'm also a life coach. You can get a psychic reading with me. You can choose the formatting if you want. Same thing with the tarot. And I have lots of fun readings, yeah. And also you can get a past life reading with me, and those can really help you evolve and understand yourself big time. And that is the big problem in the world. People do not really understand themselves because, number one, there's too many distractions. That's, but, we're not going to get into that conversation, right? But yeah, something changes, and it changes like quickly. Yeah. Unexpected change here. Surprise changes, right? Somebody really thinks a lot of you, though. So let's get into the reading. Mystic Sense has a free 5-minute psychic reading, and please check out the description box for all of that. Yeah, let's see what we got. It's a great time to get a reading during eclipse season. It sure is. So let's see what we have for you guys, Capricorn. Page of Swords and the Sun card. I'm going to cover the naked kind of toddler here. And the Sun card. Knight of Wands, Ten of Cups. Somebody is clear in this reading about what they want in their life. The Sun is a sense of self. And this medicine bag is, they knew something was not good for their mental, for their emotional health, their emotional security, things like that. And so there's two things going on in this reading. This person, Capricorn, is putting you on a pedestal in a way, right? Or, just knowing a lot of respect for you and just feeling like you are, like you're either classy or, but this is idealistic. This person really has a wish to be with you. But I feel like this can be like they think you're kind of perfect, right? Like you fit exactly what they want, but they're putting you, they're offering you or, honoring you in a way where they feel like you have high standards. Yeah, or they have high standards to choose you. Could be that. Wheel of Fortune showing up. Ace of Swords. This is an interesting reading. Justice. Empress. Could be a Libra here, big time. We have Justice and the Empress together. So when the Sun sits over the Ace of Swords, this is major clarity in somebody's life. They've already made a decision. Somebody wants to offer you something that is very like abundant or fertile. Or, something that, not fertile, but something that, something they can grow with you for sure. Something they can grow. But it is like this person, I believe, is seeing abundance in a relationship with you. They see the abundance that is there. Not necessarily financial either, but maybe as well, right? So when somebody noticed that something was bothering them, or that they weren't aligned with the right person, or they weren't in the right situation, or they didn't live in the right place, or maybe they couldn't be with you, or something like that. This talks about whatever was it was harming their emotional stability. It was, and here's the Ten of Wands to speak about it, right? So we also have potentially like grieving in this reading, Five of Cups, but there may be regret in this reading as well. Yeah, there could be regret here, like where somebody didn't realize something early on or earlier about themselves, their relationship. I mean, it could be, as I said, Capricorn, these readings are like, they're switchable or vice versa, right? It could be you or this person, right? Now, let's get a card on the Sun. And when we have the Page of Swords next to the Sun, this is somebody who's already thought about this a long time. They know what they want, and they're clear on it. But this could be sitting here because they've changed the way they are seeing the world, right? We all change and grow. You're never the same when you're 20, 40, and 60. No, you're not. And hopefully you're wiser as you get older, but you're never the same. And you could be saying, I'm the same old person. But, when you start to kind of ask questions and look deeper, there's a lot of things that have changed. Yeah. And now we have the Nine of Swords with it. Yeah. This could be somebody who's worried here that they can't be with you. That they can't have this abundance with you. This person could be seeing you as like representing abundance and, like that, that representing something beautiful for their life, something that is offers, like I said, fertility and growth and things like that, but abundance, right? Love and happiness and stability and things like that may have nothing to do with money. It may not at all. In fact, there's not one Pentacle card here either. Find that to be interesting. All right, so this person was probably majorly worried here. This can be, as I said too, this could be about somebody who's changed their whole sense of self. Like, I'm not the same person, so now I'm worried that maybe that you might not know them or accept them or just something like that, right? Most likely they've gotten better, but maybe you won't accept them for something in the past, possibly. The Five of Cups is here that can speak about regret, right? The Knight of Wands, this is like somebody's taking action here. They know what they want and they're going to take action, but they're worried here about what they might find, the clarity they might see, possibly, or if they can really, have this with you and have success and make this grow possibly, right? Ten of Cups sitting in the past. We'll get a card on it. It shows up with the Hierophant. So lots of majors here, right? Yeah, they are. We have the Sun, the Hierophant, the Wheel of Fortune, Justice, and the Empress. That's a lot for this reading. Yeah, and so in the past, the Hierophant, talks about somebody who probably learned and, became wise like the Hierophant. They might have a major faith in you, like you're the one. I feel like they do here. When we have honor and nobility and high standards, this person feels like you're the one. You're the best one. And the Ten of Cups is here with it. This person feels like you are their happily ever after, right? I just said, yeah, we are Norwegian, yeah. And, it's funny. And, because I am, and I don't usually say, yeah. And Five of Cups, we'll get a card with it. It's showing up with the Wheel, with the Fool. One of these cards is talking about something doesn't have to end, or something is interesting, but something does end in this reading. It can mean something good doesn't kind of have to end, though. Like, it can be like a quality, or something that you are embodying. Don't let that go too, right? Something good. Now this Five of Cups and the Fool, this is the mindset. I want a new beginning. Somebody wants it, they do. And the Wheel of Fortune is sitting in the near future. This is divine timing showing up right in the middle of eclipse season. The Ace of Swords is the concern. It's showing up with the King of Wands. Maybe your person, Capricorn, is a fire sign. The King of Wands can show up like, I need change kind of in my life. I need to live my life passionately. I need an inspirational life with, for sure. I need to feel like my life is a little bit of an adventure, even if you're not like going from, country to country. It doesn't necessarily mean that. Adventurous where you're with somebody who's like fun and exciting, or you feel like, there's more to see about that person, right? There's more, like you guys can grow. That's like that in that way, right? Now, and in the concern is the Ace of Swords. That is a decision that somebody's worried about that they made right here. And the Justice card is in the environment, and this is wisdom. Excuse me, you guys. Here's the Hierophant up here. This is wisdom. It is. And somebody's wiser. They know what's good and what's not good for them with the medicine bag. And now we have the Queen of Swords showing up here, and that is with the Justice card. This is somebody who has discerned with a lot of discernment, right? That's what Virgo season is about too. It is about discernment. For sure it is. And so here, there could be a Libra here or any air sign. This could be too kind of like, it's kind of like in a way where I hope I can have justice in my life, like where something works for me. It could be like that. And the Empress showing up here. And this can talk about the decision to justice with the Ace of Swords here for sure. The Empress is showing up in the hopes and fears. This is to make my dreams come true in love. That's what that's about. And here we have the Ten of Wands, and this whole situation's been burdening here with the Six of Cups. Could be somebody from your past. It can be somebody that you are familiar with, that you just know. And this can be somebody who too is kind of returning to their real person. Like, in other words, they went through life, or they, not the whole life, but they, lived a few years and got to a place where, they were maybe not really being true to themselves. And now they return to who they really are. Because remember, the medicine bag talks about mental health, like emotional health. So this Six of Cups next to the Ten of Wands, this can be somebody who's burdened because they want to return from the past. But in this kind of psychological way, which a lot of these cards are, I mean, this is the psychology of the tarot. That's what it is. Astrology is psychology of the stars, right? But here, with this can be somebody who returns to like their original, like kind of like when you say, like when you're young, oh, I wanted to be a teacher, or I wanted to be a singer, but you never did it. This can be returning to what you really like, the real you, basically, and what your true desires were. I'm going to end this reading. Thank you so much for joining me. It's a great reading. Yeah, if you want to get a psychic reading with me or any reading, check out the description box. As I mentioned, they're lots of fun. Please like, share, and subscribe. It does help me to keep these videos coming to you. Yeah, with the YouTube algorithm. And hit the little bell if you want to be notified of my uploads. Thanks so much.